Hi, folks. Welcome back to Nancy Drew book lovers. Um, Here's a confession. When I decided to do a booktube channel, this was actually the title of my original YouTube channel, but it's now The Addicted Bookworm. And I decided, heck with it, I'm going to have a channel just for Nancy Drew and, Nancy Drew book hauls and stuff that I purchase. Yeah. So this week I picked up a really interesting book. It's Nancy Drew and the Secret of the Goblin Clock, which is a unauthorized. Well, I will be absolutely honest. If you're using materials from the 1930 something book, I don't really think it's unauthorized because you're not using the 1959 version of the Secret of the Old Clock. But I'm really eager to actually start reading that book. That's actually going to be the book that I'm going to be reading when I get done with the one that I have the most read. All right. Anyways, I'm doing a review of The Secret of Redgate Farm. This is book number 6, and for people that want to know, book 5 and book 6 are 7 months away, or not even that, of being in public domain. So before long, you will be able to buy a physical copy of the 1930 something version of it. Now, originally they republished those books, but now you cannot get your hands on them. So if you did not get them in the early 2000s, you were out of luck. And I actually have several. I have the first 4 of the versions that enter public domain in my cart. I also have the physical copy of Nancy Drew and the Secret of the Goblin Clock. I am really interested in seeing how close it is to the original. So, really excited about that. I really hope and pray if a lot of people get this book that it encourages her to, and it's good, encourages her to write another one. Okay, so The Secret of Redgate Farm. This is the 6th book in, yeah, this is the 6th book in the series. This is also the 6th book to be edited, at least as far as I know of. Anyways, it has the classic yellow spine that anybody that has read Nancy Drew in the last 40 years knows. I also have some of the Hardy Boy books as well. But anyways, so Nancy, Bess, and George are they're on a train, and something kind of like weird happens. And prior to that, Bess got her hands on some perfume. I forgot the name of the perfume, which sucks because I should remember the name of the perfume. It's actually mentioned in the first chapter. Blue Jade. Blue Jade is actually mentioned on the first page. So Bess goes and buys a bottle of Blue Jade from this Oriental perfume guy who's acting like really weird. Really weird. And I think we do find out why he's acting weird towards the end of the book. And so she buys it because Bess likes girly things. George does not, but Bess likes girly things, therefore she likes perfume. And she puts it on, and of course, that is what's going to set off the whole mystery, is this single bottle of perfume. And there is a code. I think the guy drops it, and so Nancy sees it, scoops it up, and then decides to, guess what? She's going to decipher it. So, moving forward a little bit, she ends up in Redgate Farm with this woman who she helped, and of course, there's a guy called Hank who, it had been so long since I had read the book, I had totally forgotten that Hank was a bad guy, but that's the thing about when you haven't read a book in a long time, you kind of forget who's the bad guy and who isn't the bad guy. Well, they're having these boarders that pay rent, and Nancy's kind of suspicious of them, especially when she's constantly reminded to, you can, don't go near this place and all this stuff. Um, it turns out, spoiler alert, that these are counterfeiters. And there is way too much funny money going around. So much funny money is going around that it's got the attention of, well, the federal government. And Nancy, Bess, and George find out through pretending to be members of this cult with like the sheets and everything, kind of weird. And and basically, that's how they find out. Everything turns out well in the end, which is how Nancy Drew books are supposed to be. And in all honesty, I enjoyed the book, but I prefer the original 25 chapter book. I just do. I find that it doesn't matter what you do to Nancy Drew, she stays timeless and wonderful. And I was like, yeah, I totally love the book, but I will say I loved the 25 chapter one a lot more. The pacing is really good. The pacing, they didn't destroy the pacing, which is really good, and I just enjoyed the whole thing. Alrighty, so tomorrow's Monday, and I will be reading book number 7, which is The Clue in the Diary. Yeah, The Clue in the Diary. Yeah. Alright. So, anyways, that is my video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next one.